Welcome to Fear the Boot's actual play of Epoch of Rysos, a homebrew space opera. My name is Dan, and I will be game mastering.
This is Dot, and I'm playing Alice Valerian.
Hey, this is Wayne. I'm playing Rufus Valerian, our resident human anthropologist.
Hi, this is Eric, and I'm playing Hanktuk, also known as Hank.
My name is Brandon, and I'll be playing Jack.
I'm Brodor. I'll be playing Sar.
This is Julia, and I'll be playing Emery Valerian.
It is March 12th, 4165. Right now, you guys are all on the Durov Deep Space Station, which, per its name, it is a fairly sizable space station that consists of a flat disk that is in constant rotation with a central spire that has several docking collars and also the station's defenses on it. Mm-hmm. This station, per the name, is not in orbit of any planet. However, it is in a relatively gravity-free area in the middle of the Atnia star cluster. All right. Now, your ship is currently there because you guys are being processed forward to your final destination, or at least your first assignment, but they are using this station to muster supplies and to muster crew. And thank you, Brodor. Was that what you were holding for the show?
No, sir. I don't want to interrupt you, so please. I apologize.
Don't let me interrupt you.
Please continue.
Please continue. Just glaze over it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so just so you guys are aware, I'm guessing you can probably tell we've improved the sound quality, but that doesn't mean the host quality's gotten any better. So, and I'm still outside of the little intro, so you guys know who's playing whom. Yeah, I'm still not editing these. So, anywho, I'll get to why you guys are at the station exactly in a second. Why they're mustering you here and not somewhere closer to your final destination. All right, but what they're doing is they are bringing you guys here to get your final training, your final supplies, get you guys introduced to each other, check your gear before your actual group of ships, because you guys are going to be working alongside a group of ships, which for anyone who doesn't remember, and one thing I would tell you guys at home that I've already talked to with these folks about is we have had a lovely, lovely run of all kinds of issues. So it's been a long time since we've made these characters. So the purpose of this game is just to give us a little vignette of role-playing to get back into the characters before we begin the main plot. All right. So your primary group of ships that's actually going to be working with you guys, for anyone who doesn't remember, they're playing a group of anthropologists and historians and such who are going to be studying historic mysteries and archaeological artifacts on fairly dangerous planets on a particular section of human space. And that's not where they are right now. They're back a ways from that front. Now, the reason that you are back a ways from the front is because the race that is infesting that front, they have a really, really nasty way of reproducing. A parent organism stands about the height of a human and also about the width of a human, okay? So they are about, let's say, about 2 meters tall and about 2 meters across. They are completely congruous around this. I mean, they have no front, they have no back, no sides. They have little sensory organelles that are dotted all along a chitinous semi-cylindrical central structure. And off of that comes half a dozen limbs that open into three-part claws, or three-segmented claws, that have a mass of tendrils that they use inside of them for fine motor movement, fine manipulation, so on and so forth. They are not cellular organisms. These are basically gigantic protein machines. So the whole creature from top to bottom is almost like a living robot. Once again, there's no cellular structure to these things. And they demonstrate an organization and an understanding of technology that defies explanation because they have never been observed communicating. They've never been seen writing. They don't talk to each other. They have been observed under about every spectrum one can think of. There is nothing moving between them. When one decides it is time to reproduce, and no one is sure at this point exactly what the trigger is for that, the parent organism just becomes sort of sick and weak over time and slows down until it comes to a halt, and then the whole thing just disintegrates into a pile of dust that is actually hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of its offspring, which then go running off into every which direction and find things to feed on until they grow and create a new, fully formed organism. And so the result of this is that even with high-end decontamination procedures,
Parts are funny, man. We're just going to have to get the giggles out.
He's so nonchalant.
I know. I watched him lift the cheek, man.
Yeah.
I watched him lean forward and
It's not
turn.
even that. It's the timing. He
Waited for the pause.
Yeah, he waited for that silent mode.
He's
By the
an
way, while we're
assassin.
off
Welcome
topic,
to the last 3 years of sitting next to that
Yeah.
man caving.
by the way, while we're off topic, Wayne, you're wearing a shirt that says "The Adventures of Captain Proton."
Yeah.
Earlier, you were turned sideways. I swear that read "The Adventures of Captain Pronoun." And I'm like, I'm not even going to ask because I really don't want to know where this is headed.
This is actually a Star Trek Voyager shirt that I got from Loot Crate years ago.
Oh, okay. I'll take her if I didn't watch Voyager. Well, much of it, right?
You know how Next Gen they had the holodeck adventures of Dixon?
Yeah.
They had a 50s sci-fi holodeck adventure on Voyager.
So
and it was
instead of
Captain
him
Proton.
doing the detective noir.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, no, it did, but there were some interesting things on it anyway.
Yeah, it had some passable traits. But,
Sorry.
all right, anyway, so...
Did you fart too? Is that what
You are at this space station as a holdover while they do really, really detailed decontamination checks. Not on you guys, because you guys are going to the front, but some of the assets you'll be working with are coming back from that front, and so they try to stage you through a safe area. One of the truths of this place is it's out in the middle of nowhere to limit what this species could infect, and also you guys pretty much understand. It's nobody talks about it, but everyone knows this space station is here to be destroyed. So if something gets out of hand, you guys go under quarantine, and if it's not fixable, this whole thing is destroyed as a way of stopping the spread.
With us on it, right?
Yep, potentially, depending on how bad it gets. So
That's genius.
it's got to be a bit. I mean, how you feel about being here? Because once again, you guys are coming from what we'll call a clean part of space, where there are other problems, just not this problem. But you are interacting with people who, some of which you're going to be working with, who are coming back from this portion of space.
And what is the name of that race again?
The Reisians, spelled Reisan, Reisian. And I will post a picture of them with this episode. So if anyone does not know what a Reisian looks like, I'll post a few sketches that have been done by a couple of different artists of what their take on them. All right. So you hope to encounter none here because there are decon procedures that are done before anyone even gets to the station, then upon disembarking onto the station. But this is where you guys are right now. And I'm going to start with which of you is the biologist? That's you? Oh, no, is that Wayne?
No, I'm the anthropologist.
Wait.
Who's the biologist? One of you is a zoologist or biologist or something?
No.
Yeah.
I'm a technology specialist.
Oh, that's right, you were
I'm a
technology.
medic.
Yeah, you were
Rufus
the
does
medic.
life science and xenozoology, but I think there was something else that was changed. Physical security is Jack.
Okay, yeah, I do have xenobiology, that's right.
Okay,
It was anthropology and
You have
biology.
xenobiology. Poppy Terasava, what are your skills?
I have medical. I didn't go into great depth on that because she was undeclared. Like, she didn't decide what her specialty was yet.
Okay.
So, beyond that, like, athletics, stealth, personal combat, RDA.
Okay. So, and you are actually an MD, right?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Fresh. And
Fresh.
all right. And so we also have two aliens called Sirini, which are going by human names Hank and Jack, which is partially my fault because I never gave you guys a phenome guide for Sirini names. But nonetheless, Hank and Jack work because it helps you fit in a little better, you guess, as much as a Sirini can, given the fact that they're 9 foot tall, kind of sort of spider looking things. Well, once again, check the show notes. I'll give you a picture of them. But the two of you are running security. All right. So right now you are going through the cargo that is being brought for deployment to this mission. And most of it is fairly banal. In fact, most of what you're looking through right now, because there's not a whole lot coming out this way, there's stuff that's being cycled around out here, but that's not what you're reviewing. You're reviewing the possessions of the new deployments. Okay, so everyone's allowed to bring a certain amount, a certain volume and weight of personal possessions that are not their gears, just family pictures, books, whatever, things like that, whatever it is they choose to bring. And in the middle of all of this, you found a locked metal box in one of the crates that is marked as belonging to a little fuzzy creature who stands only about 3 or 4 feet tall, who I will also post a picture of. He's also an alien. The group is mostly humans. They just have some alien NPCs outside of Eric and Brandon. But this little fuzzy alien thing that's helping you, kind of this high stress. It's very high strung. I shouldn't say high stress. It's very high strung. It's this skittish, busy-bodied little rodent thing. The upside of it is it works really, really well and really zealously, even if only in short bursts and oftentimes gets off topic. But you guys as Sirini have a great well of patience. And so your ability to guide this creature back onto course is pretty good. And one of the things that also may or may not, this is a character decision, give you sympathy for it, is a race that the Sirini have an alliance of convenience with, despite the fact that this race, the Freyep, that these little things, are sapient, they're intelligent, albeit not impressively so. The Mordeth, which is a race that you guys have an alliance of convenience with, actually raise them as slaves and eat them and use their fur for a variety of luxury products. And so you may have some sympathy for this creature. There's something of an underground railroad to get them out, but that's happening on a different end of the galaxy, so we don't need to get into too much detail on there. But sometimes they end up resettled on other planets. Sometimes they get adopted.
The situation's kind of because we have some, an agreement, but this is something we just don't stick our nose at, but maybe don't agree with, kind of thing.
Yes.
So it's like, we got to kind of let it go, but it's not moral. This is messed up.
So this thing's running around helping you, and by the way, his name is Jerku, and is that what you guys named it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, this is your fucking kid.
And
Philanthropic kid. Saved it from slavery.
And it's bringing you...
We're such wonderful people.
It's bringing you suspicious items, okay? Because this thing's much smaller than you are. You're about 9 feet tall and also about 6 feet wide. I mean, you guys are monstrous. This thing is about 3 or 4 feet tall and probably about 8 inches wide. So, I mean, this is...
Good God.
Yeah. This is a completely different scale of creature than you are.
Our poop sacks are larger than this thing.
Yeah, it's basically worming through all the cargo and keeps bringing you things that it thinks are suspicious, and some of them, like 99% of them, are like, it just doesn't know what they are, or maybe it even liked it and forgot why it was carrying it and then thought it must be suspicious, and so you're getting people's jewelry and random electronics and just pictures of people you can't even identify. But then every so often it does bring you something that you actually have to check the specs on. And at one point, much to your befuddlement, it brings you this metal box that's almost the same size it is. If it wasn't made out of such a sophisticated alloy, it probably wouldn't even be able to lift it. That has a simple locking mechanism on it. And when you guys, which of you picks it up or goes to look at it?
Hank will pick it up.
Okay, so Hank, when you pick it up and look at it and check the markings on it, Jerku just gave you one of his own items. You have no idea why he's reporting his own item as suspicious.
We have because I understand the legs are huge, but on our body, don't we have arms?
Yes.
But how big are those arms? Because aren't they smaller? Are they normal human-sized arms just attached?
They're about human-sized arms, but they are somewhat underdeveloped for a human.
Okay.
So if you were to try and arm wrestle a human, the human would win. But the arms, in terms of their length and their dexterity, are comparable to a human's arms.
Yeah.
So yes, you have to center your body over it or lower your legs a bit to get down to that level. But you could then pick this thing up and manipulate
and we
it.
have, if I remember the illustration, it's 2 fingers and a thumb.
I think it's 3 fingers.
3 fingers and a thumb.
I think it's. I'd have to look at it again. But yeah, you.
Okay.
All right, so Hank's holding the box and looking at it and said,
While you're doing that, Jerku comes and drops a jewelry box at your feet and then runs
I
off.
tap him on top of his head with the box and I go,
He turns around and he says, no, he says,
I go, this one is yours. This one's yours.
he thinks for a moment. It takes a second for the device on him to translate that because they only kind of understand English and they can't speak it. Or whatever the human common language of the day is. So...
you guys don't have a son, you have a fucking pet.
so he
I'm really
actually
upset that I have to hate this.
one of the great comedic ironies of their existence is the only language their mouths are well structured to speak is that of the race that's preying on them.
Oh my god.
It speaks that very well. So it actually responds to you in a language you may not speak. But once again, you have what I discussed before the game, these angel devices that provide you. They're kind of like high-end smart devices. So they give you a real-time translation of what it says.
And it says, please don't eat me.
And basically, what it's saying to you is, check this box. Glittery items, radioactive.
Jerku, it's yours. This one's yours. You can open it. It has your name on it.
He kind of comes around and looks at
I
it.
point at the markings.
And he looks at it real long and hard. And looks at you and shakes his head. He goes, I don't remember it.
It's probably keyed to you. Touch it. Right here.
He touches it. The door pops open. Eric, give me an awareness check.
Okay. Oh, also, I have languages solar neighbors, so if he speaks, would I understand?
He is not a solar neighbor. His native language is not a solar neighbor language.
Okay. All right, so I'm doing awareness, you say?
Yes, give me an awareness check.
Which is D10.
And I don't know if you have a racial awareness or racial bonus for that.
No, I don't. Not
okay.
for awareness.
Did I tell you guys about pushing your luck? Okay.
Maybe. I mean, it's been so long. I know.
Okay, when you guys opt to push your luck, now, you don't have to push your luck on this, okay? I'm just telling you a game mechanic. If you want to push your luck, you can choose a die size of any size you want from D4 through D12, and you roll it separate from that die. Okay, so get a different color die or roll it separately, however you want to do it. If it rolls an even number, you add it to the roll. If it rolls an odd number, you subtract it from the roll.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
All right, so let's say, you get a D10 base, so if you wanted to push your luck with a D6, 2, 4, 6 would be added to it, 1, 3, or 5 would be subtracted from it. I'm not saying you need to, I'm just explaining a game mechanic.
Gotcha. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. So I'll push my luck with a D4.
Okay.
So I'm rolling a D10 for my awareness, and then
Okay.
a D4. Let me borrow your D4 so that way I have a different color. All right.
At least a 6, a 12 will give you something a little better.
All right. I got an odd or an even on my D4, so 2 and a 7, so 9.
So you got a 9. Okay, so you got between the two.
Now, does this game have like a flat number for success, or is it like
It does. I don't, to be completely honest, I don't have the chart in front of me.
Okay.
There's a whole stack of printouts on the floor that, because we were rewiring the studio, I have not yet sorted out yet. So it is on the floor next to me. For next game, I will be using much more
Okay, I didn't know if you needed
organized rules. Once again, for you guys at home, we're just trying to remember our characters and the setting because it's been so damn
been a
long.
while, yeah.
So, all right. So, anywho, okay. So I had a 9. So you got more than the 6, so the really bad thing didn't happen. Didn't quite get the 12, so you don't get the perfect result. But something, when you open this, something very fast, and to you looks kind of a dark greenish color, shoots out of this box. You think actually probably at your head, but you are able to drop the box fast enough that whatever it was falls to the floor.
Okay.
All right. And because you got the 9, you've got eyes on it. You may give me do you have any skill in unarmed combat? Or anything that's just like combat in general?
No, just my gunnery for my robot, my drones.
So you do not have any form of like hand-to-hand or melee combat?
Okay. That's my brother.
All right, then give me a flat agility check. And once again, if you wish, you may push your luck.
D8. Yeah, I'll push with the D4 again.
Okay.
And there's no limit to number. I can push it anytime I want?
That's correct.
Okay.
There is no penalty doing so outside of the risk of doing it.
Our race sees in blues, right?
Mostly.
Okay.
You see far deeper in blues than most other colors.
Okay.
So if humans, you were to like for example, if you went to Home Depot and looked at the color swaths, you would
Just
like you see what a chick sees. Okay.
The various hues of blue.
Yes. So you can tell that like powder blue and
It's
baby
different.
dark blue are completely not the same color. All right.
I'm upset by this generalization.
But you
It's
know it's
also
true.
true.
Yeah. So like you see blue, but other colors are a little blunted to you.
Yeah.
But within blues, like I said, if you were to look at the swaths at Home Depot, they would look radically
So like
different to you.
we see the other colors, but depending on how much blue is actually in that color, it's just more vibrant.
Correct. Yeah. So like if you were to put shades, let's say red next to each other, they would actually look less distinct to you than they do to a human.
Okay.
But blues you see, in fact, this is partially because your world is naturally in blue light.
Right.
And so your eyes are uniquely adapted. In fact, a lot of the colorization on a Sirini computer back home is actually done in shades of blue that many humans without technical assistance cannot distinguish between. And so they have, if they're trying to break into a Sirini facility, they actually typically need something to break those colors apart and to note the distinction.
You're red-yellow colorblind.
So,
No, we're not colorblind.
Oh,
We just
good
it's
joke.
more vivid.
So okay.
All right. So I've got a 5 on my roll.
So you got a 5. Okay. So whatever it is, it slips past you and shoots off back into the boxes. And Jerku kind of looks at the empty box, looks inside, and looks back at you and says, "Suspicious." and,
All right.
and then goes back to his duty.
All
Accurate.
right. Did I look over it at Jack, and whenever we're communicating with everybody
other.
else, we just kind of use but then when we communicate with each other, we use Sirini language. So I'm like, "Did you see that?"
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Yes. Sorry. Why?
What the hell was that?
We need to find it.
Help me move these crates.
So now you have to keep that up for like the rest of the game. You have to
Yeah, only when we talk to each other.
Okay.
All right. So
Delete
I
for
saw it. I couldn't do anything about it. I'm like,
I'm gonna mosey over and start like pushing shit out of the way, like trying to make space so I can get or actually no, you know what I do? I stand straight up. I lift myself higher so I can see like down into like the.
Okay. All right. Give me an awareness check. You have just protected yourself in such a way that I will not even ask for an agility check because to explain to people at home, you'll see this when you see the picture of Sirini. The farther down the leg you get, the more it is just a bony structure. So what this is would have basically no ability to harm that.
So was that voice why you wanted to be named Randy before you realized you couldn't pronounce ours?
I'm Andy.
Andy.
Okay.
9.
You got a 9. Okay. So
I did press my luck. I got
all
a
right,
4.
no, that's fine. All right, so hidden back in the boxes, you kind of catch a little bit of a little glimpse of it, but you're able to make out more about it. Is this dark green colored thing that kind of looks like a really sizable worm? you've seen humans use pictures of them typically to represent either ferocity or deceit.
Oh shit! So is it like a snake?
You may not know what a snake is if you don't have biosciences, because snakes aren't. There's nothing like a snake on Sirin. But yes, that is exactly what you were looking at as a snake.
I'm gonna assume this is some kind of quarantine situation. Which
You're gonna get us.
we don't know what the hell it is. Yeah,
Right? Yeah, you have no.
I'm security.
Initiate self-destruct.
I walk over to.
You know
And that's the game.
you know it's not a Reisian. This isn't a blow up the station level threat.
Yeah, but I don't know what kind of threat it is.
It is a foreign life form.
Yes,
it's
and I don't
not
want it getting
supposed
out.
to be here.
Yeah, I don't want it to get out into the rest of the ship.
And
so I
know that Jerku is not supposed to be transporting unregistered
why the fuck
animals. You don't even know why he has this. In fact, according to procedure, you're supposed to report this.
Oh yeah, I'm reporting this
Okay.
child. I go ahead and go. I see what it is. Not sure what I'm looking at. I mosey over to a panel on the wall and hit whatever lockdown for this room.
Okay, so you were triggering a lockdown for the room.
Yeah, we're
okay.
stuck in here now.
So the lights start flashing a yellow warning light. The bulkheads nearby close. You can hear a voice saying, possible contaminant. Bay 3 lockdown. Possible contaminant. Bay 3 lockdown. And through the transparent sections of the nearby doors, you can see quarantine teams that are responding to come and get this, whatever it is.
So there's bulkheads or big glass.
Parts of them are, yes. Now, the full bulkheads would not be. Okay. Dr. Valerian.
Yes.
Now, you also said that you're into psychology or counseling.
Yes.
So, you find yourself, you did not expect that you would be doing much other than perhaps some baseline physicals, maybe doing some checkdowns and diagnostic checks on the med droids. That's typically done by the technical teams, but I don't know, if you're the sort of doctor that likes to be hands-on with what's going to be assisting you, most medicine is done by robots, and so you would probably be talking to some of these. I hate to call them androids in that they don't look exactly human, but they are humanoid in form.
Sure.
And they tend to go by designation of doctor followed by a random series of letters.
Okay.
So like Dr. AB or something like that.
Got it.
So this is more what you'd be expecting to do. So it was certainly quite an odd thing to be interrupted in the middle of your lunch. By the way, since you're on a station that has gravity, what are you having for lunch?
Probably some sort of pasta salad.
So pasta salad, okay. It's like a pasta con broccoli or something like that.
Boring.
Don't food shame, Brandon. What if I had an eating disorder?
Well, you wouldn't be eating fucking pasta salad.
Maybe it's a safe food. Fuck off.
Piggy.
Maybe she does
All
have
those
an eating
carbs.
disorder, and it's like a
Yeah, it's
3 gallons of
mass quantities of pasta salad.
A giant fucking thing of pasta salad.
Or maybe she's eating a bunch of pasta salad and then 1 Kleenex and a carrot.
Oh.
I will not explain that if anyone... You either know what that means or you don't. If you don't, contact me privately and I'll tell you, fair warning, it's kind of dark. So anyway. So your pasta salad, your pasta con broccoli,
Nice.
do you take it with you? Do you... Because you get called... you get a message basically saying that you were needed for an emergency counseling session off of one of the lounges near the primary medical bay.
Is this like an intercom system type call?
No,
like
this is a
paging doctor?
private page to
Okay.
your angel.
Okay.
So however your angel works, whether it's projected into your eye, whether it's audio.
She's got glasses.
Okay, so it's glasses. Okay,
Yep.
so you see it on the glasses that you have a there's a high priority, like you're being asked to do an immediate cultural and psychological intervention. There are no details except where to go.
Great. Great. Just grab this and go, I guess. Eating on the run.
This is your daughter.
I know.
You made this high-strung little bitch.
I know, right?
Sorry, Dirty.
Why do you think we don't talk to her?
Oh, man.
So much love in this room right now.
She's like the 80th kid.
The furry kids loved more than her for obvious reasons.
Well, by 3, my parents had given up, so I can't imagine.
yeah.
Well,
I'm the oldest, so
you know, your parents are fucking dumb, so.
I'm the youngest.
Hey, and I'm checking a name to see if this is an NPC I named or not. If not, we're going to give it a name right now.
okay.
Don't drop it. I know, I need a clipboard because I realized.
I did not. Okay, so we're going to...
You can just move some stuff.
Naming convention.
But I don't want to share it.
Fantasy name
It's not
generator.
shaking
Go.
Okay, so
Let's just say I can.
you go report to the lounge that you were called to.
Yeah, I take my lunch with me. by the
Okay,
way.
so you take your lunch with you. And standing there dressed in the standard issue RDA, which for those of you at home, that's the organization they belong to, standard jumpsuit. It's a dark blue-colored jumpsuit that has a bunch of pins and patches on it that denote everything from role to rank to all kinds of different stuff. And he's wearing a white smock over it. And by the way, his jumpsuits are also somewhat armored. That's side thing if you get shot, which I hope won't happen in this game.
Fingers crossed.
But wearing a white smock over it is standing there. You know, you recognize this individual. This is what will be the chief medical officer
Nice.
on board one of the ships that you will be serving on. Because there's actually, you guys are getting a little micro fleet of 3 ships, which we'll talk about that in the next game because those are not currently present. Oh, you said it was a she, so hang on.
You just sneezed on my leg.
We're not going to take his collar off since he's jingling.
Yes, freedom.
There you go. All naked.
It could be. I mean, she or he. I don't mind. Whichever you.
Oh, you said she, and don't know. I'm going with that. So,
Okay.
oh, actually, that's someone named you. So, she is standing there with a very stern, disappointed look on her face. And you notice, by the way, that she has not 1, not 2, but 3 different data pads that are in her hand. Now, what's odd about this is a single angel unit could organize all this data. If she wanted a data pad simply to see data in larger views, keep in mind, this is over 2,000 years in the future.
Sure.
1 data pad could come close to storing the sum of human knowledge.
Yeah.
The fact that she has 3 of differing makes and models is a sign that she has been picking them up, half completing tasks, and not putting them down. And she has this annoyed look on her face, and you recognize this look because you've seen it quite a few times. And as you come over to her, she says, you're going by Tarsava. Dr. Tarsava, I thank you for your help. I've got 2 patients over in the primary med bay. She flips to a different one of these data pads. Once again, this could all be on 1 data pad. You have no idea why it's not. I've got an Asta that's complaining about a lack of available slurry food. She flips to one of the other data pads. It says, and I have someone who is apparently having a nervous breakdown and convinced they're seeing things crawl all over his skin despite Decon passing him 8 times. And then this happens. I can't deal. Not anymore. This one's yours. Have fun. And she storms off.
I was just eating my lunch.
You can eat it in there.
Yes, with creepy crawly guy.
No. She kind of comes walking back. She drops one of the data pads and has to pick it up again. No, I'm dealing with creepy crawly guy. You're dealing with this thing.
Oh, okay. Well, if I have to deal with one or the other, I guess I'll take this. What was her name again?
Dr. Alicia Pembroke.
No, that's hot though. Am I moist back here?
Actually, yes.
I'm sweaty.
You're super moist.
I'm gonna sweat my
Holy shit.
my balls off on this chair.
Not just your balls.
My butt cheeks.
So I'm going to. I'm going to.
So
address-
you walk into the lounge.
Yeah, it's
Door slides open.
It's like a musty basement.
The room itself has kind of a faint bluish colored wall, wood paneled floor, It has a fake wood raftered ceiling. Obviously, it's not anything structurally important.
Sure.
There are some shells in there that one of them has. Have you ever seen those little rotating clocks where it's got a clock face and below it's like a sort of like a horizontal pendulum that winds a certain direction and then rotates, like goes clock.
Yeah.
It's flat, but it goes like clockwise for a
Yeah.
little bit and then goes counterclockwise and then goes back clockwise.
Yeah.
It's got one of those on it. That's a golden color clock under a glass dome. A few little figurines of various things from mythology and it's all feel good sort of stuff. It's got some crystalline carvings from a species that I won't get into right now. That's not even near here, but they're known for their visual artistry. It's got a little water feature of water slowly trickling down a copper screen.
Very calming environment.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And there is a desk with a chair beside it and then a couch across from it. And sitting on the couch is a little 4-foot tall fuzzy thing with light, very light tan, almost like a chestnut color of fur, with some white streaks over what a human would call its hair on the top of its head, and has a bushy mixed white and tan mustache, which on this species does not tell you anything about their age.
Sure.
They can have these from childhood. It's just a random thing in terms of the exact nature of their how their hair features appear on the face is just random from one to the next, much like a human's facial features or something like that. And it is sitting there kicking its legs, singing some kind of very low-pitched song. You're kind of surprised to hear a sound that low coming from a creature this small. And it's playing with a sandalwood carving of an elephant. You don't even know where he got it.
That's really ironic because I collect elephants.
Oh, do you? Okay,
Yeah.
well, it has a sandalwood one.
There you go.
And when you walk into the room, your angel wakes up and says, "Entering patient care. Would you like the file?"
Yes.
Okay. A file loads into your view that this thing has been referred here because of what they're calling a cultural and psychological difficulty in terms of explaining normative human behaviors. There is an added note from someone at the bottom, not signed, that basically says, if it had not been one of these damned precious little things we're coddling, I'd have it locked up.
And this is yes.
Yes.
Fucking annoying little brother.
Do you know
You don't
he's
know
your...
him yet.
I don't know him yet. Great.
I have 70-something other siblings.
And
You probably
it
don't know
does
much about
mention, should you need assistance in handling this, his caretakers are on station currently.
Yeah, we definitely
Do I
know
have-
the name though. Having not met, we've sent you pictures.
Yeah, you would probably recognize.
So many pictures.
It depends on...
that. Or
The eye roll.
Do all
character
mice
can't tell
look
the difference
same to
between
you
any of
for
them, and
me?
they all look the same.
Do all mice look the same to you? You know what? Give me an awareness check, or I'll give you choice between awareness or intelligence to tell the difference between these
Well,
things.
my intelligence is better.
His glasses,
Oh.
his diabetes, right? He wants to
I'm gonna push my luck too.
Okay.
his penchant for oatmeal.
So that's
He looks like Wilford Brimley.
So, okay, which...
11.
You get an extra die, because, wait, you used intelligence? So
Yeah.
you normally have the D10 and D4.
Oh shit! I forgot.
So, yeah, you have an 11 to start with.
12.
So you got a 10. Because the
Oh,
push,
'cause it's
the
a
luck
minus.
pushing is
Yep.
a minus.
Okay.
So you got a
Okay.
10. That's still, he looks familiar. You think, you know what? If it's not your little brother, this thing, well, I'm sure you probably refuse to call it that, looks a lot like that. You have no idea, though, how this little, if this was, it can't make any sense. That thing was on Earth. It was specifically somewhere in Denmark. How did it end up on its way to literally one of the most dangerous places in the galaxy? That doesn't make any sense. And no, it can't be.
Do I have the names listed of the caretakers?
You could get that off the file.
Okay, what are their names listed?
Yes, they are listed as Rufus and Emery Valerian, both PhD doctors.
Oh, that kind of doctor. Never mind.
Oh no. Oh, no. How has this happened already?
Jerku looks up at you and imitates and goes, "Oh no. Oh no."
Yeah, just keep that one under your belt, buddy.
I go now?
No, why are you here?
Why are you so mean?
Because I hate this thing.
But it never did anything to you.
Sirini.
Stole my love.
He's trying to speak in English. I tell Sirini I bad. They get upsuit. Call security. Security get mad. Send me to you.
Okay.
Is this jail?
No, this isn't jail. This is...
Where jail?
You don't need to be in jail. You've kind of just been dumped on my doorstep.
God damn.
We
Do you...
share a room?
No, absolutely not.
I mean, you know.
Do you...
He's just an adopted brother.
Do you...
I've watched those before.
You're not real fam.
Did this become an anime?
Do you know why you're on this ship? Or on this station?
Travel with parents?
Her face just hardens.
You know, like your parents. You talk Jerku. Jerku help you.
Okay, Jerku. Why don't we get you back to your mommy and daddy? I can have one of our... assistants help you find them.
Okay.
Just don't leave this room until I get somebody else.
Okay.
I can't wait for your parents to be super chill. Like super badass, cool, chill parents.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And you just have a chip on your shoulder for no reason.
Exactly.
Not for no reason. I was replaced.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the baby.
I'm going to go back out to... There was like a desk in the entryway, right? In the waiting room area.
Yeah. It's probably a robot behind it, but yes, there is some kind of a assistant robot or something that's present there.
Right. I'm going to go to that assistant. You need to page either Emery or Rufus Valerian to come pick him up.
Of course, Dr. Terasava.
Make sure that they don't know that I was here. Just that security brought them to a safe space.
Dr. Terasava, the patient is currently in your care. How should I list the care record?
You can put it under Dr. Pembroke.
The patient will be transferred back to Dr. Pembroke. I will inform her as well.
Thank you. Storms off.
Okay. You two, simultaneously, where are you? What are you doing?
What is there to do on the station?
Oh, there's various entertainment places. You
Are
can be
there
going
stores?
through your own. So yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I mean, not major ones. Think kind of, this is on base sort of stores.
Like airport.
Yeah.
You're at the commissary.
Yeah, I'm looking
I remember the
for.
Foot Locker on
I'm looking
Space
for a
Nine.
shirt for Jerku.
Okay. You're looking for what for Jerku?
A shirt.
A shirt? Okay. So,
Like a sweet little Magnum PI Hawaiian job.
No, it says best son on it. Best kid.
I
Daddy
visited.
loves you.
Daddy's favorite. That's what it says.
I got to imagine being a military base, there's probably a lot of guilt gifts here.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I won't even talk about the.
Like, do you want, like, you can get one with a... so you go up to the attending, the robot that's attending there, and says, I noticed you're looking at the shirt.
Yes.
May I ask who this is for?
Oh, my son.
May I recommend, are you and your wife still together?
Yes.
May I recommend a picture of you and your wife on a shirt for your son? Yes. So that your son may feel a family connection.
Can you add words to the shirt?
Of course.
I want it to say, I visited decontamination and all I got was this T-shirt.
Would you like this in Solar or another language?
Solar.
Very well. stand by one moment while we fabricate the shirt. Can you describe the rough size of the wearer?
Yeah, I give the size.
Okay.
Wait,
so
get matching shirts.
So a
Family
a
pics.
fabricator
Family vacation
really
pics.
high-end 3D printer kicks off, and a matter of seconds later, she brings you one of it's like a baseball tee. It has like the light blue, has like a kind of a blue collar and blue sleeves, and then a white, front area with like a blue bottom seam, and then it has this perfect. I mean, this is not a crappy 21st century mole job. This is 2,000 years of technology went into making this shirt. You swear you are staring in a mirror when you look at this shirt.
Perfect.
Okay, and right then, as she's coming to meet you from a neighboring store, with
my robot.
Oh yeah, with the SAR unit who is carrying a box of chocolate eclairs, and as she is entering the store, you both get a message paging you to a counseling lounge just outside of the primary medical bay.
Wonder what this is about.
I mean, we know what it's about.
Poor thing. He must have been so overwhelmed by the station.
Right?
Yeah, I mean...
This is a lot for him.
It's a lot. Check out the shirt.
I love it. Did you get me one?
No.
That's okay. This has been 100 years of marriage. All summed up in one
So
thing.
genuine how he said it, though.
Your angel kicks on immediately. Priority message from Dr. Pembroke. Dr. Tarasava, I just got a message saying you're returning that thing to my care. I told you I'm busy. Get your ass back there and take responsibility for your patient. I can't keep picking up your slack.
Picking up my slack.
Yes,
Whoa.
your slack. Do you know?
Doctor, respectfully.
So it turns out Crawley guy actually does have something on him. It's just not dangerous. So now I've got to talk him off that ledge. I cannot handle all this at once. Look, how hard can it be?
Dr. Pembroke.
It's not a fur coat. Talk it up from that.
Respectfully, I only placed the care under your name. I have still dealt with the problem, but I cannot be associated with this issue.
You're reassociated with it as of right now and done. Now get back in there. The issue's not resolved. Do you even know what the issue is?
The issue is that this pain in my ass is just become even bigger pain of my ass.
You haven't known it more than 3 minutes.
I have, though.
Perhaps, should I prescribe you something to help you through this? Is this a difficult transition?
No.
Do you need to talk to somebody about the potential of facing the Reisian control zone?
No. I can handle this. Fine. Just deal with your creepy crawly guy and I'll figure this out.
She just instantly huffs and clicks it off.
Shit.
I'm here for the shitting on Doc.
Yeah, thanks. Every other character that I play has some sort of redeeming quality. This girl's just a bitch.
Sounds like it.
Well, and I don't think we know your alias.
No.
No.
But you'll know my fucking face if you see me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be.
So, do you go back to the...
Will they?
Yeah, well, they don't even know what I look
She
like.
is our last daughter. Like, this is all her. We are not actually that mean to her.
I would also think
Sure.
that because of genetics, she probably looks so much more accurately like them than we do, like to our parents. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, do you go back into the room?
Yes.
Okay, you go back into the room. Jerku is no longer on the couch. He is literally right at the door. You don't know if he's about to walk through it or waiting for you. But he is right at the door, and I would say you're face-to-face with him, but you're not that short.
Sure.
You are looking down at him, and he's holding up the sandalwood elephant, and he has covered up most of its hands, so all you can see is the trunk. And he goes, "Trunk bad?"
No. No, Jerku. The trunk
Why
isn't...
jail? Trunk good? Why jail?
The elephant trunk is not bad. The crate or trunk that you smuggled onto the ship, whatever was in that might have been bad. What was it?
Can can't say. Right?
Why can't you say? Do you not know?
Hard to...
Hard to say. Got it. Okay.
It says in Mordeth, your angel has translated pronounce.
Hard to pronounce. Okay. Well, thank you for staying in this room, like I asked.
You two come walking up and see her standing in the door of the med bay, and you see Jerku's furriness just a little bit kind of, beneath her legs or whatever, just kind of, long view of the room.
But do we see her face or just the back of her head? Or
You just see the back of her head.
okay.
I quickly take out a surgical mask and put it on.
Okay.
I turn around. I'm sorry. There may have been some kind of contaminant. We have another guy in that's being looked at by by our chief medical officer, and they thought that he was possibly contaminated with something. So please excuse the mask.
Young lady, do you really think a mask is going to fool us?
Man, I feel like there should be a fucking roll for that.
You have his eyes, Dorothy.
I'm wearing glasses. There's a glare.
There's glasses there's eyes behind those glasses. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you probably
Okay.
should roll.
Very proud of himself.
An anime.
Jerku has a data pad that he put into a drawing mode and doodled out some letters with his little clawed finger, and he holds up the data pad, very proud of himself, and says, "Written."
You brought a viper onto the ship?
He points at the first word.
You brought a awful viper onto the ship.
Not
Oh, it's a
awful.
taboo- oh, they're so cute though.
I don't like snakes.
Did we know
A
that he
single
brought
bite
it
from a
with-
gaboon viper is fatal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did we know he brought that?
I don't know. How much attention do you actually pay to him versus doting on him?
Hold on
You
a
don't have the
minute.
foggiest idea.
we don't
You
know
probably
how to
signed
have
off
that,
on
right?
him having a pet. You probably had no idea what it was he was getting.
Wait a minute. Do they actually recognize me? Is that happening?
Yeah, I'm willing to roll for it.
I'll give you guys a roll on
What do
it.
you want us to roll?
No offense, but
Intelligence?
Intelligence or awareness.
she's.
You would instantly face model her,
Okay.
and also you would recognize
I think awareness makes more sense.
but you wouldn't be.
I don't care.
You're not conversational,
Right.
So yeah,
There's a part
know.
of me that I don't understand it is that is recording the deception,
Yes,
but
it's just a factoid. It's just a factoid. It's
So is it awareness or intelligence?
your
I
choice.
did
All right, well then, if I choose, I'm choosing intelligence.
I think awareness makes more sense because intelligence would be you being able to
7.
recognize that it's similar, but awareness is to be able to recognize it's her.
yeah.
Right.
Like I think there's a
Well,
huge
and
difference.
I picture that Wayne and I's character, he's a lot more like
Analytical.
intelligent, but more outspoken.
Okay, so Rufus does realize it is lost on you, Emery.
Yeah, I'm just talking to you.
No, that's exactly what I said. The young lady, do you really think that mask would fool us? And it totally fooled you, Rob.
Mommy didn't love me enough.
I'm just off talking to him because I totally don't even.
What are you doing
Loved
here?
all 70-something of her kids equally.
What are you doing here? This is not a safe place to be.
Eclair!
Why are you wearing that?
Jerku runs around you to the SAR unit and takes Eclair from the box.
Do you want one? Do you want one?
I pull the mask down off of my face.
Jerku breaks his in half and offers half to you.
You don't want one because you have a problem with sweets. I should have remembered that.
Oh God! Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
Absent-minded. It's not
nice.
really. It has nothing to do with her. It's just my
Moment on the
character
lips,
doesn't
dear.
remember.
Moment on the lips.
Yeah.
She's nailing that mom.
Yeah.
This is not a. This is not a.
I'm
safe
experiencing some real trauma here, guys.
Place. Yeah, this is not a safe place to be.
Yeah,
why are you wearing
here?
that?
Well,
Instantly getting berated.
yeah. Fuck me.
Well, we don't want her to do this.
Listen, you guys didn't give me any choice. It was either I do whatever the hell I want to because that's what I want to do, or I just have to sit under your tutelage for the rest of my life. I'm not doing that shit.
I mean, Jakku likes it.
Right, because he's your shiny new thing.
Dear, we just want what's best for you.
Yeah, and being on a ship traveling to a place with very deadly aliens, not what we expected.
Well, I'm here now. I'm enlisted. You can't take that away from me.
I'm leaving.
Good. That's the only thing you're ever good at.
Why didn't you tell us?
Why didn't I tell you? What was I supposed to tell you? Walk up during family dinner and say, hey, Mom and Dad, I'm enlisting in the RDS because you guys don't pay attention to me.
We had 69 children at Christmas.
Nice.
Where were you?
Also at Christmas.
Not ours.
Yes, I was.
I counted.
Did you? Or did you count Jakku?
I didn't.
Okay.
No, dear, she was there. You remember she got you that she got you that mug. World's okayest mom.
Shout out to
I thought it was the best gift I could give.
Well, I broke it on accident.
Sure. Whoops, let me just let this casually
Sorry, broke
slip
it.
out of my hand.
Sorry, broke it.
quick cutaway of her dropping it into a trash can or an incinerator.
It indeed was my fault.
You
Well-
would not lie. So if you did not drop it, in fact, now, if you really broke it, then yeah, that's fine. Otherwise, you would say that is incorrect. I did not break it.
Lie.
What if
Hidden
she
system.
told him to drop it?
Okay, to work that out, I need to get your guys' ranks worked out, which I haven't done
All
yet.
right, so-
Because you would not be she could not order you to lie to an equal or superior officer, but I haven't worked out whose rank is what.
So for this,
So for now, just do whatever.
Crime directed, Tony.
there you go.
Yeah, but what if she told him to drop it so he could say that he dropped
Now
it?
that's possible.
I'm not that mean of a mom.
Yeah, smash
I'm
the
painting a great
mug
picture.
is not it's not RDA property.
Right.
So yeah, it's she wants her own mug crushed. I mean, yeah, you just do it.
I did indeed destroy the mug.
Why? Okay, listen.
You wouldn't answer her question. She asked why.
It was an accident.
You would not lie.
No, but I said I didn't.
Oh, it really was an
Yeah,
accident.
no,
Okay, okay.
I didn't.
Okay. If she told you to smash it, then you'd
She
be
just
like,
assumes that.
Okay.
even though I'm
Yeah.
not.
We'll fix it later, I promise.
It's fine. That's the point.
Okay.
Is this
It does-
really what you want?
I want to do something meaningful with my life.
my mommy, daddy, your mommy, daddy.
Yes, Jakku, this is your older sister, Alice.
Okay.
If this is what you really want, I will of course support you on it. I'll help you in any way possible. I can pull some strings.
I don't need you to pull strings.
It says to you, Wayne, in Mordath, because it's starting to get to the end of its English. Can I share a room with her just like I did Tisha? That's one of your other kids.
No, dear, she'll have an assigned room on the ship. You'll have to ask her if it's okay. You can stay over, have slumber parties.
Seen that video.
Oh, man.
Have to ask me slumber party. No, I don't want to sleep with this thing.
Be nice to your brother.
I really want to say stop calling that thing my brother, but I think that's a little too far.
I don't know.
I mean,
You call me thing.
we saved him like gallantly.
This is the problem. You try to pull strings and, just help me in a way that's not constructive for me. You got me into college and I wanted to do things
You're welcome.
See? And then you hold it over my head. I needed to do something on my own for
How
myself.
did he hold that over your head?
You're welcome?
Yeah, you're welcome.
He's just. You thanked him.
Okay.
If I may, primary, the inference, of course, is that she would not have achieved college without your financial backing.
Or nepotism.
I disagree.
Yeah, the point is, you shouldn't have to go through the struggles we did.
Also, why would you complain about it?
All a parent wants is for their child to have a better, easier life than they did. You shouldn't have to go through what we did.
Secondary, that statistically is not true given the course of your species history.
Well,
That was great.
Oh, you're his secondary, so you can
Yeah.
wear him. Okay. Don't know if we established that.
I wanted to do something for me that was my choice, my path, and this was it. I didn't think you'd understand, so I did it on my own.
Is this about punishing us for not giving you enough attention?
Damn.
I don't have time to delve into our immense level of trauma. We can schedule a family therapy session for that one.
Nah.
Well, if we're going to be on the same ship, obviously, if we obviously have not been paying enough attention to you for you to go do something like this. So we will see a lot more of you.
I am a qualified arbiter.
We're going to have SAR mediating our therapy sessions. Yeah.
I just think of Lost in Space, like that creepy ass thing giving us therapy sessions.
We obviously need more quality family time with you.
Clearly. I'm sure hunting down deadly aliens is super what we needed.
I'm sure adopting a 71st child in place of your other children is really...
He needed us.
Yeah. We saved him from, like, death, like, literally. Your dad, like, I mean, he almost died.
Yeah.
That's the story you're going with?
Here, he'd be gone.
That's the story you're going with? Okay.
Yeah. You didn't need us to rescue you. You're fine.
Yeah. He's helpless.
Okay. Well, if that's how you see it, then clearly this is my hang-up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The first step in fixing a problem is realizing you have it.
On this episode of Dot Needs Therapy.
That's gonna need therapy.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
We'll take him out of your hands and let you finish your work.
Thank
Talk
you.
about this later.
I have other patients to see. This has
What's,
completely derailed my day.
Oh, one important question. What's your t-shirt size?
Fuck you, Brandon.
Wait, you looked at me. Are you asking?
No, I'm
asking
asking.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
an in-character question. He's asking her t-shirt size because he doesn't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
That's kind of normal.
that's normal once a kid gets to an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, just... This is my size. What? Whatever.
If you wanted to make it worse, you could have just actually gotten way too big.
I actually order the shirt so she has a matching shirt with Jarku. And I have it set to be delivered to her. But it's our faces saying, I visited quarantine and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
Nice.
So when you get back to your room, that will have been delivered and waiting for you.
Do you guys give Jerku his shirt in front of her?
No.
Okay.
It's hanging on Star.
Okay, so that's going to come up later.
Yeah, that'll come up later.
That'll come up later.
Goody.
All right.
When you see him in the shirt, that you'd have a...
Back in the quarantine bay, now that Jakku's been sent off elsewhere and the Gaboon Viper has been isolated and caged,
Oh, so we caught it.
somebody did. I don't know. We need to have a combat
extended
round.
Yeah,
it.
we were just like all the way up on the ceiling, like, I don't know, it's over there.
Well, which actually is a smart move because if it strikes you that far down, it's going to hit such tough tissue, it likely won't be able to penetrate
I
it.
see you guys like going like this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. We're like stabbing at it if it comes by us. Like,
You do enormous damage when you
Yeah.
do that. Oh yeah, I don't have your racial stats in front of me, but you do
You ever seen
enormous
an elephant
damage.
stomping at
Because
something?
strength is
That's what
fucking
I'm
maxed.
picturing.
Yeah, and you guys have because that is how you fight is through powerful kicks and stomps. Yeah,
Brute force.
Yeah, you do enormous damage. But anyways, so while you're back in the bay, they've added a few robot technicians and also a few humans that are now helping you. And without Jakku around, and now having realized
Things are going a lot smoother.
things are going a lot smoother, yeah, because the station's commander was not real happy about having to call a false quarantine over something that shouldn't have been on the station in the first place. But as you guys are working through that, and you're getting toward the end of it, and you guys are kind of wrapping down, you're approached by a woman. Though it actually may take you a moment to realize it's a woman, and let me explain why I'm saying that.
I don't think we would recognize gender that way, right?
Within humans, it depends on how obviously they display gender traits. But this species doesn't, they're not very pronounced to begin with.
Yeah.
So the species that I'm referring to is a race called the Asta. Now, the background of the Asta, and I'll make a note to put a picture of them in the show notes. The background of the Asta is that they were, once upon a time, a group of human abductees by gray aliens. And they started a hybridization program. I decided to go ahead and just base this off of the encounters, like the first through now there's like 7 kinds, and display of the offspring, I think, is like the 6th or 7th or something like that. Anyway, but there was at some point in history a civil war where the Asta wiped out their creator race. So the Greys are extinct. And with that, they lost a lot of technology and a lot of industry, which is why some of it they've rebuilt on their own, but a lot of their raw material actually comes from humanity, because humans they see as their mother species and have a very positive relationship with. In fact, there's a weird thing where during the war between the humans and the Sirini, the Asta, despite being allies with the Sirini, entered on the side of the humans. And the Sirini are rational enough that they were like, we actually get why you feel the need to do that, and we won't hold it against you. We will fight you on the battlefield, but we don't hold this against you. It's a very strange relationship. But you would recognize enough that when you see this woman, she has ashen-colored skin, kind of this whitish, so with a little tint of like gray or bone color skin, large black eyes. Most Asta look somewhere relatively in the middle of humans and Greys, but there is a subtype of them that they call the Children of Asta that favor the Grey side of their heritage more than the human side. And there is a reverse. There are Children of Earth that look more human. But this is the Child of Asta side. This individual, you have never seen her before, but when she comes close, your angels do peg her as being part of, she's an attaché to the expedition that you guys are going out on. And the name she is going by is Archimedes. So the name that she's going by is Archimedes. And she is carrying in her arms, she's wearing this very, very plain looking brown burlap robe that's floor dragging, covers most of her hands, has a hood that covers most of her face. That's actually not uncommon with the Children of Asta. They tend to hide their features to avoid creeping people out. And one of the reasons for that is where the Greys are recorded by the Asta as having profound psionic or mental powers. The Asta do not, but the Children of Asta have been known to demonstrate a very, very weak form of it. That's not powerful, but they kind of have a little bit, they have something that goes beyond intuition. They kind of know things they shouldn't quite know, but it's not at the level of like, they can't do like remote viewing or read your mind. They might get like a surface level emotion, but it's a very, very stunted sort of thing. And
are they like empaths, sort of?
Yes. Once again, in a much more limited way than their now extinct father species was. But they do have some small ability. Now, it varies. The exact ability varies from individual to individual, so you're not sure which particular set of abilities she has or doesn't have. You would just know by her appearance and her dress, she likely has something. Okay. But she is approaching you with an aquarium which seems a bit more appropriate, that has a layer of rocks in it and a little log, and the Gaboon Viper is now in this aquarium. And she approaches the two of you and says to you in perfect, unaccented Sirini, your angel does not need to translate this. Which one of you is carrying the receptacle of that?
I don't remember.
That's
That's
you,
me.
right?
Yeah, my Thet receptacle. Yeah, I the first thing she says this to me.
Yes.
Okay.
She kind of asks both of you.
All right, the first thing I do is I look over at Jack and I go, "Oh, look at her little robe." Oh.
You think it's gross under there?
And then I look at her and I go, "Are you asking me?" And I say it in I'll say it in Sirini, so
Okay.
if she demonstrates she can understand it. So I'm like, "Are you asking me if I have my Thet receptacle?"
So you're
Because I do. Do you want to see it?
No. I just wanted to know who it is I need to talk to, because we're going to be seeing a lot of each other over the next couple of months. By the way, did you want this back as a keepsake? You're large enough. I don't think its venom would be too dangerous to you.
No, I think you can keep it.
I think it belongs to the Jerko.
Yes. It would be deadly.
It's that furry little bastard that was running around.
Deadly to him, deadly to most humans. But
Is there a zoologist on the ship?
Sorry, I'm getting over it.
I can't help, but now I'm picturing one of them taking Jerky and just fucking suplexing him.
We are our own turnbuckle.
Now that he's become Randy Savage as well.
I'm sorry.
Right, like I said, it just takes me a minute to adjust.
I wasn't expecting this because, the way a Sirini is supposed to sound is like, it's more like an airbag deflating.
Hey, that's what it sounds like to you. We have different ears.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
This is how we hear ourselves.
Oh, yeah, that's the way it is.
Because to me, it would be more like, it'd be more like that, not...
Yeah, that's how we talk to everybody, or that's how they hear it.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's how they hear it, but that's not how we hear it.
Between
you guys, your ears, like,
itself.
your whole race sounds like
right.
Macho Man Randy
Yes,
Savage.
absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sorry.
That snake looks like a giant Slim Jim.
I didn't drink a lot of coffee tonight, but
Is there a zoologist on the station, brother?
Sorry.
not exactly, but I think I might become one. I look forward to seeing
I
you.
might become one. Is that what you said?
That's what she said. Yeah.
Oh, and then I look over at Jack. Oh,
That's impressive.
She takes the lid off the aquarium and she hovers her hand over the snake for a second and then grabs it right behind the head.
You can see me like
yeah,
kind
we
of lift
rise
up.
up a little bit like, oh.
She says, it's like a lot of things that we're going to be encountering. It's only dangerous if you're slow. She puts it back into the cage and locks the cage top and puts it back on the stack of crates. You have no idea how she pulled this off. It is now approved for transit in this load of cargo. And she turns and walks away.
Do I have a manifest of, because it came from it was Jerku's,
Yes.
and so do I have a manifest of whose other stuff it was, basically who he belongs to?
Who Jerku belongs to?
Yeah, if it's
He's under the care of two Dr. Valerians.
all right. As soon as I'm as I'm watching, I'm like, Doctor and Dr. Valerian.
Is that supposed to? Oh,
I go, it's Rufus. I didn't know Rufus was gonna be here.
well, we're gonna have to go give him a little visit.
Do we want to announce that we're here? And visit him or have him come here?
No.
You want it to be a surprise.
It's gotta be a surprise.
You hear one of the humans nearby that's not directly talking to you just go, God damn it. And a moment later, you hear kind of this telltale pitter-patter click of little paws and with claws, and Jirhu comes wandering around the corner with...
Oh shit, it's Beck!
with an eclair in his hand, and now wearing a blue baseball shirt that has a picture of two humans on it, and says on it in the human language that I went to quarantine.
All I got was this
lousy t-shirt. And it walks up to you guys, breaks this eclair in half, and offers you each half.
I'll take it in my humongous hand and
then instantly, paying you no mind, the split second you take it, it just turns around, walks over to the aquarium, and goes, "Trunk back."
I hate this little thing.
oh, he can't help it. He's just little.
All right, that's where we'll pick up next time. Like I said, I didn't have a lot of high purpose for this game.
Okay, Dan, you could read the...
No, I did. I already did.
You can share it with everyone. Or you can save it as a surprise for Julie.
No, it's going to be a surprise for future games. This is a real game thing, but it'll come out in later games. But like I said, I wasn't intending to do any deep plot or whatever. I just kind of wanted to
get in the mindset.
Yeah, get you guys just feeling your characters at least a little bit.
I don't remember. It wasn't matter. So next time I'll bring a mic, so I'll have my own.
Oh yeah. Brodor's between mics. That's why he's a little quiet.
I will, I'm trying to...
Sharing.
Well, no, you're great at sharing. I just think it'll be easier if you can situate your mic comfortable to you, and then I can just have... Because I don't want to... I mean, I jumped in a little bit because I just wanted to try to kind of help find my voice, but ultimately, I really don't want to jump in unless you need me.
This thing
Not
takes...
that I don't want to play, but I just don't want to... Like, if I'm an emotionless
before you
robot,
leave, remind me...
fucking care.
Right, remind me to check the inputs to make sure if it's XLR or if it's a quarter inch. I think it's XLR.
All I have is
That's XLR.
Why don't you give yourself like a personality? Like maybe you were downloaded with like a snarky Alfred Pennyworth personality.
Because I love the idea of playing something that doesn't have a personality, like that can be completely devoid of emotion.
You can still be devoid of emotion. Maybe you're just like loaded with snarky remarks.
I'll think about it. I just kind of know. I like kind of.
Or it could be like HK47 from Knights of the Republic, and just like,
or maybe I can screw with them mid-game. So, actually, Brodor, I have a question about that. Do you have a problem with me? Do you have a problem with me screwing with your programming mid-game?
Oh, you know what I'm thinking of?
Brodor. Do you have a problem with me screwing with your programming mid-game?
No.
Okay. Post-game commentary questions. I don't expect there to be a lot because, like I said, this was kind of... I knew this was going to be an awkward...
We put down foundation.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do, was I knew it was going to be awkward. It wasn't going to feel natural. I wanted to get that done now.
Okay.
I wanted to get the rotten first date out of the way.
And I'll get over the rotten accents. It's just so funny.
I don't know that I'll ever get over the accents.
If we are going to be keeping this, because I do have like a legit name question. So the intro, I said Alice Valerian because that's what her name is going to be throughout the remainder of this.
Yes.
But Poppy is Terasava is what's been used because that's her.
That's what
alias.
the RDA knows her as.
That's what the RDA knows her as. That's what she enlisted under. So is there a way that she'll be able to have that changed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only thing that
So
I
if
wanted.
you want to prefer to go by one name or the other, yes.
I just don't want it to be confusing to the listeners.
Okay, so if you want to flip back now that you're outed, flip back to your real name.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right, cool. Well,
call everyone meatbag.
for you guys at home,
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was thinking. I got it confused with what's the
Don't
fucking.
tie your balls that tight.
No, what was the Commando movie where they had to go steal the Death Star planes? The good Star Wars movie.
Rogue One.
Thank you.
All right, so anyways, for you guys at home, thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you hopefully in a couple of weeks, but who knows.